Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. The rose could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Never force anything, especially on this channel, because we look at everything. If you're new to the channel, know I like to look at everything, which means look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experiences. I like to focus a little bit more on those um, attributes of the reading more than what your person did do, what they're going to do. It's about understanding why, you know, why they do what they do and why you react the way that you do, so that you can break karmic cycles that keep you stuck in a place of limitation and disempowerment. And so, we're all creators of our own reality, but a lot of times we're not aware of how we are manifesting. So these readings are, again, not just predictionary, but they're healing, they're transformative. So if you want to enter into winning a free transformational shadow reading with me, you have to be open to getting a shadow reading. Obviously, reach out to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. Let's see what that word is. Now, especially when we're dealing with shadows, people tend to like to come from their persona. They don't come from their true self, their higher self. All right. Insecurity, low self-esteem. Believe that you're in separation from someone right now because, again, they're insecure. They were insecure when you met them. I just feel like they pretended to be a lot more confident. I feel like, we all have um, places in our life that we feel we excel in and that we do well in, right? Certain areas, I should say, of our life that we feel that we excel in. And then we have other places in our life that we really feel we sell ourselves short because, again, we have shadows. Trauma creates shadows. And those shadows were created from, again, the experiences that didn't make us feel safe. And whether or not we went through the experience or whether someone that we loved went through the experience, ancestral karma is all about that because we can inherit our family's behaviorisms and habits. And that's what I feel like. I feel like your person grew up in an environment that was really imbalanced, where the parent was not there for them, and they were caught up in their own relationships, and the relationships were bad and toxic not just towards the parent, but also your person. So right off the bat, they have never had a good relationship ever. This person also just doesn't feel good about themselves. They feel like an outcast. And mainly, again, because the habits that they had in childhood, I feel like they um, weren't really allowed to bring people around to the house. They weren't really allowed to, feel as if they could just become friends with anyone, that they were not free. Like children, there should be a sense of freedom, non-restrictive. Go out and play, find yourself. And when you went out and played, you met people. I mean, this was back in the day when kids actually went and played, I should say, outside. And I feel like every single person that your person would become friends with, their parent would be like, no, this person's bad, that person's bad, this person's not good, that person's, and mainly because they didn't want them to like see their dysfunction. And so it was a way of that parent protecting your person from the fact that the home was dysfunctional and they need to hide that. So your person was so busy hiding aspects of themselves that they don't really know who they are, which is why they have insecurity, which is why I feel like sometimes you triggered this person, they admire you, but you make them feel inadequate, which is ironic because I feel like sometimes you feel inadequate. So let's see what happened because of their insecurity and what transpired will allow us to tell us maybe what this person is going to do, right? And or why they did what they did. Consumed. So I know. So I feel like this person, they were so insecure that first of all, they couldn't believe that someone like you like actually had feelings for them. And even though I feel like they hid that, and I feel like they created just a very chaotic environment, like where they wanted to keep you consumed in them, consumed in your insecurity, consumed with, I feel like this person created a lot of drama, and they created a lot of drama mainly over every little thing. First, it's just everything that I feel like you said could trigger this person. And it's because they weren't coming from their true sense of self. And so I almost feel like this person's consumed within their trauma, and that's why they create drama within their relationships. It's a way that they don't allow you to get close, but still have a way to hold on to you. They form attachments, not balanced relationships, codependent relationships that are attachments. Again, this person again is actually very angry from all the past bad experiences that they've manifested, and also just feeling inadequate. When we feel inadequate and go out and try to make our life happen, we continue to sabotage ourselves because behaviorisms come from being angry. It's like it doesn't feel good to be angry all the time. And so I feel like this person's actually consumed by their emotions, but they're not emotionally intelligent. And so they don't manifest good life experiences because they don't like who they are. So every single person triggers them. And the more that this person actually has feelings, the more triggered they become, the more that they sabotage themselves. So there's a belief that they don't really believe that they can have love. And then everything that they hear, everything that a conversation is that, they hear it as you're judging them, right? That you're judging them. When meanwhile, I feel like your person couldn't deal with your emotions, like your emotional needs at all. And you felt judged. You're like, you're judging me, acting like I shouldn't act the way that I'm acting, but you're not really um, giving to me. And the understand the people that have a lot of anger, they have a closed heart chakra. It's because there's a real sense of betrayal. And that's why your person is like, I have feelings for you, but I'm also conflicted because, you know, it hasn't worked out before. So I'm pretty sure that it's not going to work out again because that's their real belief. So I'd rather not even invest, and then just being, reckless, like because but person that doesn't feel that they have love, what do? They go out and they have very addictive behavior. So I feel like this person is reckless because they only care about themselves. Again, they're looking to suppress their emotions. So whatever that takes, and too much drinking, too much out, like, acquiring outside things, whether that's, too much drinking, too much doing drugs, too many relationships, like utilizing everything to the max in order to suppress like how they feel about themselves. And it's because, again, they never really healed. They never healed from that main childhood wound. And so again, like what I was saying, the excessive, and the excessive is exactly that. It's like too much. It's like excessive behavior is addictive behavior. It's a second chakra imbalance. This person feels inadequate. They don't feel good. And because again, they feel inadequate, which means they're depressed. Because again, here it is again, they're insecure. We got that twice. Okay. So everything is being ruled by this person's insecurity. And so let's see how it made you feel. If it made you feel anything at all. But let's see how it made you feel. Again, like you just like, I'm tired of this mask that you're wearing. It's like I feel like you saw their insecurity, and you saw it because their behavior was so it was so obvious that they were like reacting from a place of fear by what they were doing, that they were coming from a place of insecurity, because again, like not giving you any attention at all, acting like they don't care at all, but then again creating drama, everything like that this person was doing. And so I feel like, it's part of that was to create an illusion. This person liked to create illusions, and I feel like you saw right through their illusions. And this created like an argument, because it's like, I feel like, this person doesn't communicate. They're insecure. They don't want you to like know anything about their life. So they don't share anything. They don't communicate. And I feel like when they were younger, when they communicated, they got reprimanded, or they got yelled at or judged, because again, they spoke up. So they learned to not speak up, to suppress. So the thing is, it's like, I feel like sometimes like you would like deliberately continue to like trigger this person to try and start an argument so that they would actually be able to like express to you what was going on, because it was like you always felt that wall there. And so I also feel like this person would do the same thing, because what would happen is, if you're not open emotionally, and this person was not emotionally open, it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings, and it doesn't mean that they don't want to have feelings, or at least know that you have feelings. So they will actually do something to irritate you, so you react, so they can like, and it puts them at ease, it's kind of soothes them, because they're like, well, see, you responded, so I know that you care, because you're not saying anything, because I'm not saying anything. So we don't really need to say anything, but I still need to know that you have feelings for me. So it's always like, again, a way that they tend to like manipulate, instead of having to like step up into like a higher vibration. This is what it means when you are connected to someone of a lower vibration. It's that again, it means that they don't know how to be, they don't know how to have a conversation, because they don't know how to be emotionally intelligent. They don't know what they're feeling, first of all, because at one point in time, they weren't allowed to feel. And I feel like that's because this person grew up in an environment where they had to pretend that everything was okay when it wasn't. And they always felt inadequate. Shadows are created because of living in an imbalance. If you, again, are not able to be a child, children go out and explore them, and they find themselves, they find what they like. They find what they're interested in, and they feed that interest, and it grows, and their imagination goes. And so, like I said, if you're not able to go out and explore, it's because you, again, too busy trying to be a parent, trying to survive, trying to, again, accommodate whatever it is. It's an imbalance. So like I said, I feel like this person always feels inadequate. And the thing is, because they never felt comfortable with their parent, but there's love for their parent, every time they get around someone that they love and they like, or they have grow to have really strong feelings, they get so overstimulated. It's like this person kind of like they just get so overstimulated that they almost like shut down. It's like this place, I felt out of place in a sense of not belonging. This is how your person feels. So I believe that it can make you feel that way because again, that's the way that they feel, is that they don't fit in anywhere. Displaced is that, like, no person can really make us feel displaced unless we feel displaced within ourselves. Now, there could be, like I said, an imbalance, but we this person wasn't letting you in. And that's why you felt like, oh, well, I'm feeling like awkward, but like I don't feel like you're someone that normally feels awkward by yourself. Like I said, that's not something that you have, that this person feels that way all the time. And because they feel that way all the time, they have that wall up. But when you're confident, like I said, that's not an emotion or a feeling that you would have. So that's why I said I feel like your triggers were that. You're like, well, you always wear a mask. You don't want to have a conversation, but you want to be soothed. You want me to emotionally soothe you. And then you're going to still make me feel like I don't belong. But like I said, I feel like that had to do more with how this person feels about themselves. Yeah, like, and also like I feel like this person would also like play games in the fact that it's not like they have never had a relationship before, but they would almost be like talk about their past relationship. Like, and you always kind of felt like, well, that relationship worked out with them, but this relationship, like, but I don't work out with them. Almost like that they would make it like it was you when they didn't have a good relationship in their past relationship. Like, I just feel like this person would like talk about like a past lover to again to trigger your insecurities because that's what it says, like, right, to trigger your insecurities when really it's again another form of emotional manipulation because I don't want to communicate. I don't want to share my feelings. I don't want to show my vulnerability because I'm afraid that I'm going to get hurt. I'm afraid that it's again that I'm going to lose control. And so, but I still want to be in a relationship with you. And like this, said, this is what it looks like to be with someone that is not on your vibration. Because it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with yours in the 3D. I'm afraid I can lose myself in this relationship. And that's exactly what it is. It's like this person is not emotionally intelligent. And that's what I'm saying. So they don't know what they feel. They don't know what you feel. And there's a sense of, I don't want to lose myself in this relationship. And that's what I said before. And that's, again, confirmation because, but they can't lose themselves in the relationship unless they don't know who they are. And what they're realizing is they don't know who they are, which is how we actually break a karmic cycle. That's how we stop karmic loops. We wouldn't be able to stop them. I need to get this card that fell Okay, it says we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So this person purposely is staying away because they're healing. They're healing and they're kind of feeling like that you're healing also, possibly from them, but that when they're ready, they feel like they'll know when you're ready, because I feel like they think that there is a ESP connection, there's a spiritual connection. They feel as if they know you. They feel like this is that they're almost like this person is not a spiritual person and they are not ones to say, oh, I'm going to put it in the universe's hands. They would never say that. However, the irony is, I feel like they got so tired of trying to figure out like how to approach you, whether or not they screwed this relationship up, because clearly, again, they played a lot of games. Um, so they want to know whether or not, you would be even interested in them. I feel like there's a sense of them thinking time, that you'll be healed, I'll be healed, and the universe, I'm going to leave it in the universe's hands. And they are not ones to say that, but it's again, it's a spiritual connection. And I feel like you said, they just got so tired of waiting and, trying to control the situation and trying to figure out whether you're going to take them back, whether or not you're mad at them, whether or not they screwed the situation up too much, and then also not wanting to be vulnerable, waiting on you to come back. I feel like waiting for you to come back because this person doesn't want to seem vulnerable. So, and there's a sense that that that's what they're doing, and you're purposely not coming back because you're like, I'm not going to come back to you. You're the person that played all the games. You need to come back to me. So I feel like there's a part of your person that procrastinates because again, they're not strong within themselves, but they keep saying like, but you're my person one day, one day, one day. It's almost like we're gonna wait for divine time, but who knows when divine time is? And who knows whether or not you're gonna be around still. They're leaving it to chance. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. Give me time to explore this aspect so I can be a strong spiritual partner for you. This person, again, knows that they are not on the same vibration as you. Again, here it says it again. I can't validate our love in the 3D, right? Where this person is like, I need to be strong. This it says it in the same exact way, just opposite, literally. I need to be strong in who I am so I can merge my energy with yours in the 3D. I'm afraid I can lose myself. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. So it's like there's a sense of really trying to like figure this out, where they're like, um, but really it's bringing them back to themselves. What they're realizing again is I am not a strong person. It's like, and mainly because I want to be with you, but why am I in separation to begin with? I did all that. Why was I holding back and waiting for you to contact me, Virgo? Well, it's again, I didn't want to, you know, seem vulnerable. I didn't want to, seem weak. I need to show that I'm strong, because that's what I think emotionally intelligence is. This is this person, and that is not what emotional intelligence is. That's you pretending to be someone that you're not. And it's again trying to be, perfect. And instead of having a conversation with me and taking the time to get to know me, instead you want to play games and antagonize me. And so why you did all this was not to grow an emotional attachment. Well, you have more of an emotional attachment now to me because you're trying to figure out everything. It's like, because what is the pull? And what it comes back to, like you said, again, it goes to their healing, that you're not on a very high vibration. Like, and that's why this person is like, I need to look at the spiritual aspects of myself, and I need to not fall back into another codependent relationship, because my how I grew up was in a codependent relationship. And what they're saying is, and every relationship I have had was in a codependent relationship, which is why I didn't want to get close to you. And really, the answer is not to not get close to you, but it's to heal the things that I need to heal within myself. And that is a very like beautiful reading, I have to say, where you literally see the person like say, see what they did and what the consequence was, and then figure out what they need to do to fix it. And it wasn't, I'm going to come in and do all this beautiful stuff to win you over. What it was I need to fix myself, because I can come in and do all those things for you, and whatever's not healed will always come back up, because that's the way this person has reacted and navigated their relationships and navigated their life since they were a kid, because they grew up in an environment that was imbalanced, that taught them how to think, how what the world was, who they were, and they haven't formed enough of their own identity, and that's why they lose themselves in relationships. And that's why they want to explore more of the spiritual elements, which are the psychological and the emotional elements. So they're actually doing a lot of introspection. They're doing healing right now. And so, like I said, that's a beautiful thing. So we have to say, because this person does want to come back and they are going to come back, but they like, we don't know when. So we have to say, why did you attract this person? What is the spiritual lesson that you are supposed to learn from the situation? Shame. So I feel like you kind of grew up in the same type of environment where it was imbalanced, and there were things about, in your childhood that you had to hide. It's those wounds still play out um, within your life, making you feel like you're not lovable. So I feel like that was the trigger that this person, with all their games and how they didn't give anything, it's again, they toyed with you. Um, but I feel like there's this sense of inadequacy, and again, due to the way that you grew up. And shame creates self-sabotaging behaviorisms. Ones where again the root cause is, I don't believe I'm worthy. I'm not good enough. And if that's really what we feel, we're never going to be able to manifest anything good for us. However, it also uncovered a gift, resilience, meaning it's taught you to keep going. Because when we grow up in an environment that's imbalanced, where we don't have the support, we have to figure it out on our own. We definitely learn how to be resilient. We learn to grow a little bit of thicker skin, even if we are sensitive, because again, we have to. And innocence. So it was about kind of like returning back to your childhood to find yourself. So I believe during this time, it was really again to explore the energies of being a child. Again, that's why it says in the Bible, be like childlike, because children don't have a perception of things are good, things are bad, I am good, I am bad. They don't have that perception. And they also don't have judgment. They go out into the world and they utilize whatever the world has to offer to create themselves through their imagination. And Spirit says, you too can recreate your world so that you're not seeing yourself through the lens of shame. To be connected to this person who actually has that wound of shame, but they grew up in that. They inherited that. So did you. So you settling for less, it would be, again, bring that type of pain back of feeling inadequate, feeling not good enough, which is what we feel when we have shame. And your person would create another self-sabotaging, uh, like stunt where they felt like they couldn't have love. And that would again make them feel shameful. And so, like I said, for you to go out and to recreate your life is not just about doing the healing work, the shadow work, but it's actually to go out and play, find yourself again, and look at the world through innocent eyes, without expectation or ownership, just to have fun by doing what you love and to get yourself back to that place. Because, like I said, I feel like your innocence was robbed because you had to grow up that way, and so did your person. So it's the whole integration of shame. It's not just to reframe, but it's actually to create a whole new life, because shame actually creates uh, blocks within the root chakra of, again, feeling inadequate. And that is what creates anger and rage, and because you can't manifest. And then you're attracting people that, are treating you kind of that way, or you wind up living in experiences that's the karmic theme of feeling, inadequate, and attracting people that make you feel that way, when really, when you love yourself through creating yourself, you're transforming those wounds. And the only way to do it again is to get back to this. But the beautiful thing is too, if you grew up in an environment that was traumatic, it's easy for you to get to that realm of the imagination. So it's again to go back to that place of innocence, which is when you were a child. Now, I always like to say, is there anything else that we need to know? I mean, if some of you people are going to be with this person, some of you guys are not. The focus was really not on that. It was more or less why this person's like has come into your life. What did you need to learn? What did you need to heal? Because whether you're with this person or not, it's like you needed to integrate the spiritual lesson in order to raise your vibration to attract the experiences and the people that are going to be more in alignment with what you want. And so, because I don't really believe this person's on a lower vibration, I don't know if they're ever going to get to a higher vibration. Sometimes people can, sometimes they can't. However, after dealing with you, they will be on a little bit of a higher vibration just because you created the awareness. And once you create awareness, you can never go back. And so that's the whole point. Just sometimes people then build on that. So we'll see whether or not this person plans on coming back. And if you're still evolving, they're going to, and they like you, they're obviously going to follow suit. However, I think that that's going to be up to you whether or not you want to be with this person. And it's collective reading. Some will, some won't. But it was all about returning to the heart, right? Returning to the heart. Because when we have spiritual blocks of shame, well, again, it blocks off our heart chakra. We can't give and receive of love. And so we can't do that. So this is, I breathe light and stick to the essentials for my soul. The present moment. I calm my thoughts. I focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace and inner silence. So again, I like this. What popped out at me is I focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. And you don't know where they are yet. It's again, and what's taking that place? Shame. The shadow is that. It's like, but you can't be shamed. That's impossible. However, it's holding space. So with Spirit saying that's why is to return to innocence and be like a child and go out and find out where your light and your greatness are. And that's through, again, what is your talents? Where are your gifts? Where do you love to spend your time? It's again, and then you'll find the peace and inner silence. And that's when you get the divine guidance, right? Only in the now do you get divine guidance, but you got to be in a place of peace and in a place of unconditional love. And that's why I said, when you find where your light and gracefulness are, you are in a place of unconditional love. You are sticking to what's essential for your soul, and you are in the present moment because you're always like ready for what's going to come because the universe, which is God, it doesn't just work through you, it works through itself to bring you the people and situations and experiences to change your light, your life, the way that you view yourself, the way that you view others. That's the way that we heal, the way that we get to see things from a different perception. And that is the way that we can really, really begin to open up our heart again, because we're not blocked anymore. We're not just seeing the situation from a limited perception. We're actually seeing it from a more like broader perspective. And really, what is God? God is a consciousness which is all knowing. And we too can raise ourselves to the highest consciousness by becoming unconditional love. But the universe is always going to conspire to bring us everything that we need to support us in this journey. And so, even this person that was on a lower vibration, obviously would have to trigger you in order for you to, again, to awaken to see what that wound is. Because when the wound is there, the spirit, the Holy Spirit, which is the energy, which is the universe, which is chi, prana, energy, oxygen, whatever you want to call it, it's got to be able to flow through you, to work through you. That's your supernatural energy. And when you have spiritual blocks, you can't, that energy can't work through. So having a block in that root chakra means that you're not going to be present. You're going to be more up in your mind, reflective, like an introspection. And really, you don't want to be doing that when this person comes back, because that's when the triggers happen. The triggers can be diffused if we're in the present moment, and they are diffused very easily and integrated into passion when we're again returning to the heart. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how you resonated with this. Thank you guys also for all your comments. I'm going to start to do lives. I keep saying that. I have a little anxiety, but I'm starting tomorrow. I am starting tomorrow. So turn your subscribe bells on, or whatever the hell it is, to make sure that you get notified, because I don't want to be on here by myself. I mean, it's hard enough to make sure that I'm consistent. I need love too. Again, this is a soul healing channel. All right. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me. I love you. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.